Cats, that's it, ace. Cats, that's it, ace. Cats, that's it, ace. You just mad cause cats is a ace. Cats, that's it, ace.
Well, hello. I am here with Moshow the Cat Rapper, and we are talking about your new book, A New Cattitude, an illustrated guide to getting through tough times. Well, welcome.
Yes. How you doing? Thanks for having me. I appreciate that.
I've read through this book, and it's fantastic. At the beginning of the book, you talk a lot about your personal life, and you reference your childhood and growing up in the projects and some really tough experiences. How does that shape kind of who you've become as Moshow and kind of your life today?
Growing up with my sandbox friends and seeing some of my friends fall victim to start to sell drugs and seeing some of their parents get hooked on drugs. I've seen a lot of deaths in my life. I think just seeing all of those things and being told that I wouldn't make it past the age of 16, it kind of lit a fire under me. And I wanted to prove that I wouldn't be another statistic. I wanted to do better. So I kind of just hit the ground and I wanted to prove a point to my parents and to, everybody that it's not where you come from, it's where you're going. So seeing all of these things, it showed me a path that I didn't want to go down. So I knew that I could either do the same thing and end up on that path, or I can change it up and be that one person and do something better. So I wanted to be the example to lead for the next generation and for my sister and to break that mold.
Wow. I know that as a social media influencer, you have a voice into a lot of people's lives. And I'm sure that message really resonates with a lot of people who are underappreciated and underspoken. And I really think that you carry a kind of a mantle for them and carry a banner and fly it high for them.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So this book, it's illustrated and almost feels like a graphic novel. And a lot of books in this topic are like hundreds of pages long, and they're just lots of text and really good information. But what was your approach? Why did you choose this format and kind of this style for this book?
With this being the TikTok era and the Instagram era, you don't want to make things too long. I wanted to make it short, simple, to captivate my audience so they could understand, like, hey, here's some steps. This is what I've done. Let me cut out all of the extra that you don't need. And I just wanted to, submit the prime tools in it to get straight to the point. That way I'm not losing interest. And I just wanted to just really attack it right on, short and simple,
Yeah, that's great. Moshow, so this book really talks about handling rough times and getting through rough times. Was there a specific incident that happened that kind of prompted this book to be written?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what I wanted to say is it's like sometimes when you come from a certain place, it can kind of cast a shadow over you. And sometimes when people see where you are right now, they think that it wasn't any hardship, or they think that things are just easy. When you become a viral sensation, sometimes people think, you just popped up. Oh, this guy rapped in the tub with his cat, and then now he's awesome. And he just, this is what happened, and there's a lot of steps to success. And I always had all this energy pent up in me because a lot of people want to do things, but they don't know how to do it. So a lot of people feel lost. A lot of people from where I'm from, they feel lost. So I wanted to really just reach those people, and having all of my experiences as a child growing up, being poor, being from the projects, having my friends not want to come to my house because of where it was located. The passing, when I started loving cats as I got older and I found my love for animals, the passing of Tally, all of the COVID-19 stuff that we're in right now, all of these things combined together is why I felt like I really had to get it off my chest right now. And that's what really inspired me.
Oh, that's great. So the book is, again, it's A New Cattitude, an illustrated guide to getting through tough times. So you break down kind of your process into some steps.
Yeah.
Boy, if I truly took each of these and went through them all, I think that would be an amazing life that we'd be leading. You start with stay true to your heart. What do you mean by that?
That means a lot. It's stay true to you. You have to be you. You're born in your own body. You got to look at your own self in the mirror. So the ultimate thing that you can do is stay true to your heart, stay true to yourself. Because do you really want a bunch of people following you for something that you're not? You have to live with yourself in the morning. So if you want to have a good career, and if you want to not have to worry about a lot of things, then the best thing you can do is put yourself and put your best heart and your true self first. And you'll actually find out that people will love you a lot more for just being your authentic self than pretending to be something that you're not. So I think that you really just have to stay true to your heart and know what it is, know who you are, know what it is that you want. Because if you know that, then there's no stopping you. There's nothing that someone can say to you to steer you off your path.
The next chapter is observe the situation as an outsider. When I'm in the thick of it and I'm really down and something has really gone wrong in my life, how do I separate that? What's a tip that you have for how do I observe this situation as an outsider?
There's people going through all sorts of situations. You could be a little bit hurt because your car broke down, but someone else could be losing their house. So it's always taking a step outside of who you are, visualizing the situation, and really having an understanding for where you are right now. Yeah, maybe something may have made you angry, but you know what? That thing that made you angry, that could be a passageway for something even greater. So it may be, you may have taken a loss today, but that loss may occur 3 wins later on down the line. So it's all about, taking these visualization steps, taking a few moments to step outside your body and understand where you are. And I think if you get that moment of clarity, you'll freak out less, and you'll see that maybe the situation isn't as bad as you may be thinking it is.
Oh, that's fantastic. Talk it out. What do you mean by talk it out?
Organize your thoughts. Talk to someone. I am a very, very, very emotional person. A lot of people know I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I found through talking out situations, it has really helped me. It's really helped me grow as a person, and it makes you feel better about yourself. You don't want to walk around this world holding everything in. That's a lot. A lot of my childhood was holding things in and, not talking about a lot of things. So being able to talk about things now, it helps resolve a lot of issues. It helps come to a lot of clarity. So definitely talk it out. Don't be afraid to express how you feel, because you will be surprised that there are a lot of people who are probably going through and feeling the same way as you. So don't hold it all in, because you don't want to drive yourself mad. You want to get it out there so that way you feel better about yourself and you can continue to move forward instead of harboring all of these past feelings in.
Oh, that's great. So we love the comfort of routine and doing things the same way and all that. And then when things like a death in the family or COVID-19, coronavirus lockdown throw really massive changes in our life. And your next chapter is talking about don't run from change. How do you manage change?
You can never run from change, because had I not changed, I would not be in the situation I would be in. All of my family is from the East Coast. So had I not left the East Coast and listened to what people say, what are you doing, man? You don't know anybody over the West Coast. What are you doing? Like, this is what you know. I would not be where I am today. I don't know if I would have books. I don't know if I would be in the same situation. It's because you have to take risks. If you don't take any risks, you'll never know the outcome. So you can never run from change, because change is ultimately inevitable.
Going along in that same vein, focusing on the things that you can control. So change sometimes is thrown upon us, like this coronavirus lockdown. But sometimes change is like what you were talking about, of like, I'm moving to Portland and making a really significant change in your life. But you can't control all of the things. So this next chapter is talking about only focus on the things that you can control. What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is it's like some things you really can't control. We cannot control why COVID-19, why it happened. We can't focus on trying to eliminate the whole thing as a whole, because that is so much bigger than just us as one person. What can we do? We can do our part. Stay home, chill with our loved ones, and hopefully not infect anyone else or spread it around. Those are the things that we can control. And that's just situations as well. Only focus on the situations that you have control over, because again, some things are just over our heads and we can't control that.
Oh, that's great. We've all had that crazy person in our life, that crazy situation that's happened. How do you manage toxic people and toxic situations in your life?
I don't deal with toxic people or toxic situations at all. You know, one of my favorite artists, Rick Ross, he said that I could relate to. He said, in a room full of failures, he feels out of place. And that's not to make fun of anyone or to say that people are failures. But what he's saying is he's so business minded and he's trying to do so well. He doesn't want to be around people who isn't doing anything. And that's what you have to do. If you want to be great, then you have to surround yourself around people who also want to do great things, people who are already doing things that you want to do, or like-minded people, because you want to transfer that positive and that energy together. You don't want to be around people who's going to bring you down.
Yeah, yeah. So being present with yourself, what are some specific activities that you can do to really trigger or to practice being present with yourself?
Take a step outside, look at what's going on, look at what's around you, realize where you are in life, and be present. Be present in that moment. Sometimes you got to be present where you are and not focus on the 15 steps ahead, because if you can't complete this job that you need to get done first, you can't get to the next steps.
Oh, that's great. Especially in this time of lockdown, it seems like we are watching or we are living out the movie Groundhog's Day, where we wake up, we do the grind, we're in the same place, we just wear the sweatpants. Not going outside really causes us to feel dread when we first wake up in the morning. And you've got a chapter here called Greet Each Day with Enthusiasm. How do you do that?
The world is in a really bad state right now. So what I'm doing is I'm acknowledging where we are. I'm not pretending like things don't exist, but I'm waking up with enthusiasm. I'm waking up feeling like things will get better. I'm opening up the blinds. Even though I'm not going outside, I'm getting some sunlight, and I'm facing these problems head on, because I refuse to just lay down and say that it's over. And I think everybody should get up and fight for what they want and what they believe in as well. Because again, if this kid from the projects can make it out and be where I am today, people can do anything. I don't think that they should let anything stop them. So yes, give it, wake up with a positive attitude and still give it your all. Even though things are still really messed up right now, I'm still getting up. I'm still cat rapping. I'm still letting all the people know I love them, but I'm still giving it my all. And I think that people should take that approach too. And I think that's why I'm still moving forward, is because I am not admitting defeat.
Those are wise words. So the wrap up of this book is understand you are unique. How do you take, a 15-year-old kid who is on TikTok all day and doing the same dance that everybody else is doing, looking the same way, feeling the same way, doing the same things?
Yeah.
What are some ways to break out of that? How do you understand that you are unique?
Man, that really, really takes a lot of practice, because there's something special about you. It's like, guess what? There's no one that really looks and talks and really thinks like you. Like, you have to wake up in your own body. And I think once people realize that they have that ultimate gift, like, wait a minute, I'm me. That's what makes me unique. I'm not this person, I don't want to be like anyone else. And I tell all the kids that be yourself, because if you are trying to stand out, falling in line and doing everything that everyone else is doing is never going to get you ahead, because you are literally just blending in with everyone else. The most important, and I think the bravest thing you could do, is step out and be your own person, because now you're showing your true colors, and now you're really bringing something to the table. People who love cats, they consider them crazy. I could have easily said, hey, I'm not going to tackle this subject. I'm not going to say I love cat ladies. I'm not going to do any of those things. But I said, you know what? I don't really care what people think. And I think standing out and following what I believe in is, again, the reason why I'm here today, is because I'm not trying to fit in. I am breaking down my own doors. And once people realize that they can break down their own unique doors, you'll become a powerful tool, because you ultimately now don't care what people think. You're following your true heart. And that's how you get ahead, is once you get that ultimate bliss feeling of not caring, I'm just going to be me, you're an unstoppable force.
Do you think that can be scary for people?
Change in general could be scary. And that is the reason why sometimes people don't make it happen, because that change is scary. I'm not expecting people to just easily change. I know it's hard. But if you want to know the tools and you want to know what is the secret behind the curtains, if you follow these steps and just give it a shot, I'm the living proof. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm from Baltimore City. No one that I know has ever left. And to be where I'm at today, to be on the West Coast, to have multiple businesses, to have over 5 books published already, to have 4 albums put out, to being able to fly all across the world and do what I do, none of that would ever happen if I didn't follow these steps and realize that I was unique. So we all have a superpower. I encourage people to challenge that, channel it, and put their best foot forward.
That's really inspiring.
And for people who are feeling lost, if you want more than just the 9 steps, we have resources in the back of the book that can help you. And if you're having trouble, you can call these hotline numbers. If you're dealing with depression, I also have lines in here where it comes with dealing with the loss of a cat, as I lost my cat Tally. And this is really for reaching out to the people and letting them know that they're not alone.
I love this book, and of course, I love you. So, A New Cattitude, an illustrated guide to getting through tough times. It's available now, and people can go to www.iAmMoshow's.com to find out more information and get your own copy.
This book applies to everyone, and I think it's great Cattitude for sure.
Well, thank you for spending some time with me today, and I look forward to talking to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, and just thanks for everything, man. I hope you have a great day.